It's not an avenue to look for political appointment. If that is what he's looking for, let him resign and go and look for political appointment. NBA president, what is he doing? I don't even know his name.
Why is he MAIKYAU?
Why is he MAIKYAU? Whatever you are called, you are the most incompetent person to continue as NBA president. I'm okay the kingdom. You are the most incompetent person to continue as NBA president. You should immediately resign. If you don't resign, we are calling on the neck of NBA to impeach you. You are grossly incompetent to continue as NBA. Tomorrow you will not call and say he has suspended him. That was how a lawyer went to file a wrote to the Corporate Affairs Commission to address the issue of registering Nigerian Law Society. You suspended him. By the time the suspension came, the lawyer went to court. He's still battling it. Now the Nigerian Law Society has gone to court against CAC to be registered as an association, and I filed the application. Why have you not suspended me for filing that application? MAIKYAU, you are the most incompetent person to continue as NBA president for supporting DSS after desecrating the Temple of Justice at the Federal High Court, and you are saying that it was two fighting for what? Judge gave an order granting bail. Made a further order that if this bail is not perfected before the end of today, this man should be remanded, MFL should be remanded at the custody of the Nigerian Correctional Service. What else?
The man came to do his work and you attack him.
The men of DSS barricaded everywhere that MFL will not go to correctional services. More than 3 hours, they have to call their boss. After 3 hours, their boss have to reschedule whatever he was doing to come to the Federal High Court to personally take MFL to the correctional services as was ordered by the court. And they attacked him, tore his clothes. He didn't see it on the media. We were all there live.
And you said that.
And you say it was two fighting. What two fight? So you mean the correctional service was fighting DSS? There was nothing like two fighting. DSS people came there with their lawlessness as ordered by their DG, Bichi Magaji, who is lawless, who has vowed to institute lawlessness in Nigeria. I must continue to tell him that and tell Tinubu that Tinubu have made him as his attack dog to institute lawlessness in Nigeria, and that lawlessness will bring about the downfall of this Tinubu administration. Magaji instructed his men not to allow the members of personnel of the Nigerian Correctional Service to take MFL to prison, and they threatened hellfire, cocked their gun, threatened to shoot all of us. You are saying it's two fighting. NBA president, I'm ashamed of you.
We just rose from the FCT High Court, and yesterday we read the statement credited to the NBA president, Mr. MAIKYAU, addressing what happened at the Federal High Court, Lagos, 2 days ago, where men of the SSS desecrated the Temple of Justice. Prior to that, the DSSS or the SSS had called us all manner of names. As lawyers, they called us charge and bail lawyers, they called us bandits, they called us all manner of names simply because we struggle to protect the rule of law, to call a spade in Nigeria. However, the NBA president's statement yesterday does not meet the standard of a statement of the leader of a bar which we all belong to. The paragraph 2 of the NBA statement seems to exonerate the head of DSSS, who is the directing mind of that institution, who ordinarily was the person that sent the men that attacked the correctional services personnel who came to do their duties, to perform their duties, their constitutional duties at the Federal High Court, Lagos. And equally, the DG of SSS, Mr. Bichi, Yusuf Bichi, is the head of SSS and the directing man who gave instruction for that tweet that defamed our character as lawyers and then desecrated that organization called NBA. We feel sad today that the leader of the bar will evade and use such insensitive words and fully do not protect the members of that association. We feel deeply saddened, we feel unprotected, and we feel that we are not being protected by the leadership of MBA, we call on well-meaning members of the Nigerian Bar Association to rise up to call for the resignation of the MBA president. In fact, I want to use this opportunity on behalf of lawyers in defense of democracy to call for the resignation of the MBA president, because he has failed in his primary duty to protect the members of the association, and if he fails in such primary duties, he has no other duty to perform. The best alternative is for him to go home.
2 days ago, it was Scene 1 at the Federal High Court. This is Scene 2. In continuation of DSS efforts, in fact, not DSS as an institution, the Director General of DSS, Mr. Bichi Mogaji, his personal efforts, ill-informed effort, and ill-convinced effort to bring the judiciary to the gutters, to institute impunity and lawlessness in Nigeria, to settle political scores with Emefiele. We are in Scene 2. We were all in Lagos 2 days ago, where the DSS arraigned Emefiele for possessing firearms in accordance with the judgment of the Honorable FCT High Court that ordered them to either release him on administrative bail after 46 days of his illegal detention or charge him, and they complied charging him for illegal possession of firearms. I will get to that. And of course, what happened in the court, like you all know, is already in the media, and the show of shame that happened in Lagos 2 days ago. The Honorable Judge of the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos made a specific order that Emefiele should be remanded in the custody of the Nigerian Correctional Service. That is, if he was not able to perfect his bail. And thereafter, the DSS, under the direct instruction of their Director General, who is poised to settle political scores with Emefiele, ordered his boys to unleash mayhem, threatened to kill us, cock their rifle. In fact, they were about to shoot. And of course, you saw the show of shame, how they handled a very senior officer of the Nigerian Correctional Service Center. And they did all this and forcefully kidnapped Emefiele and took him back to their custody. Because I say forcefully kidnapped him because there is an order of the Honorable Judge of the Federal High Court that made specifically that Emefiele should be remanded in the custody of the Nigerian Correctional Service. And in the eyes of the law, Emefiele is in the custody of the Nigerian Correctional Service. But when the court rose, the DSS, after 2 or 3 hours of drama, kidnapped Emefiele and took him back to their custody against the order of the court. I had a warrant from a magistrate court, that is the 3rd warrant from a magistrate court, to detain him for another 14 days. And all we saw that happened in Lagos 2 days ago are all tissues of lies. Because the DSS have come back yesterday as at almost 6 p.m. to file an ex parte application again at this Federal FCT High Court, where they are now seeking an ex parte order to detain him for another 14 days. That means they deceived Nigerians, they lied to Nigerians that they had a warrant from a magistrate court to kidnap him, as they did kidnap him, took him away from the Federal High Court in Lagos 2 days ago. And they have now come to through the backyard, perfect what they have done by coming here today. Today, just 2 days ago, they are coming here today now to get an order to detain him for 14 days. This is a pure abuse of court process. I don't understand why the Director General of DSS will take things personal, will take issues personal. Emefiele, the politics of old and new Naira has come and gone. Tinubu is today the president of Nigeria. He should govern within the ambits of the rule of law. That is what we are advising the president. Please look for a more competent hand within the highest echelon of the personnel that are serving at the state security service, and look for a more competent hand and appoint the Director General. Don't allow Bichi to rubbish your government. Don't allow Bichi to institute anarchy in Nigeria because he has personal scores to settle with Emefiele. Nobody is above the law. Nobody is above the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is this Constitution that have established the Federation. It is this Constitution that have established the 3 arms of government, and all arms of government must operate within the ambits of the law. That is what we are saying. We are further calling on the judiciary to immediately, particularly the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court. Bichi is yet to tender public apology to the Judge of the Federal High Court that made an order that he countered, which power he doesn't have to contradict an order made by a judge of a Federal High Court that sat in a courtroom as established by the Constitution. He doesn't have that power. I've been saying it, and he doesn't have that power. He does not. The only authority that can counter or that can nullify an order of a sitting judge of a court of competent jurisdiction is the appellate court. If they found anything in the order so made by the judge of the Federal High Court or judge of any of the high courts that are of coordinate jurisdiction, their only constitutional right is to go within the ambit of the Constitution and appeal at the Court of Appeal. That is what we are advocating. Follow the rule of law. This institution called the Department of State Service is not above the law. It's established by just a mere piece of legislation that is subject to the Constitution. Let us tell him exactly what the institution is. The institution is not the Federation. The institution is not Nigeria. There are so many other security institutions. Not only the DSS. The DSS cannot see itself to be above the law. It's not even about the institution. It's about the man, Bichi, about the man, the Director General, who was appointed illegally, unconstitutionally, because he has retired. And Buhari, former president, in his characteristic manner of flouting the rule of law, in his characteristic manner of instituting illegality, brought him back and made him the director general of that institution for more than 8 years. He has taken enough. He should honorably resign, having desecrated the institution of justice. In fact, what if they had killed that senior officer of the Nigerian Correctional Service 2 days ago at the Federal High Court in Lagos? He would still be sitting in office. We have called on the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself, severally to immediately suspend this man and replace him, like he have replaced other service chiefs, the IG of police. What are you keeping him there for? Are you keeping him as the attack dog? This is Nigeria. This is a constitutional democracy. Nobody can be intimidated in this country. We don't have arms, but we have the rights within the Constitution to express ourselves. We have the right to talk, to condemn illegality. We have the right to condemn unconstitutionality. And that is what we are doing, and we'll continue to do that within the ambits of the law. So we are calling on the judiciary to boycott all cases that are in connection with the Department of State Security Service, because they don't obey the order of the court. Why would you be making abuse of the entire court, the entire judiciary, coming to FCT High Court to seek an ex parte order to detain MFLA for another 14 days after you kidnapped him from the Federal High Court 2 days ago, where a judge made an order that he should be remanded in the facility of the Nigerian Correctional Service? This is a pure abuse of court process. We are calling on the judiciary, boycott all cases involving the DSS. Let him, if he thinks he's above the Constitution of Nigeria, let him establish a court in his office. Let us know whether it will be a court of competent jurisdiction. Let him establish DSS court. Let us now ask him whether that is what is in the Constitution. As long as you must come to arraign anybody within any of the courts that are established under the Constitution of Nigeria, you must obey the Constitution. You must respect the court. That is the issue. Bichi does not have any power whatsoever to make a counter order against another existing order of any court of competent jurisdiction. And we are saying it, and if you say what we have said is not what the law says, prove us wrong. Give us your own constitution. Maybe DSS have their own constitution, different from the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended. So we will continue to watch you wherever you go. In this MFL's matter, we have been on it since December when they sought ab initio to frame him up at the Federal High Court to get some ex parte order based on false application, and we'll be following it up from Lagos back to Abuja. They have also come here to file an ex parte application. Any court